When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band.
This is us as the Black Parade. We wanted some various people in there to give the parade kind of depth. We didn't want a real parade. We wanted something more symbolic. There's a wolf, fear, there's regret, there's the patient, that's Mother War, and basically it's just kind of, we wanted an ensemble looking piece to represent kind of the concept and the characters. So that's really what you have going on here.
When you die, I'd like to think that when you die, death comes for you however you want. And I feel that it's your strongest memory, either from childhood or adulthood. And for this particular character in this record called Patient,
the journey of one patient, one man as he's dying on his deathbed, he gets transported into this underworld, and we come as the Black Parade playing the song on the float as it moves closer towards it.
And the whole concept behind it is there's the patient that is dying and dies, and the hospital collapses around him, and you see this Black Parade that's coming to get him. And the Black Parade is us on a float, and we're playing the song, and we come up and greet him, and in the end of the video is when the whole thing kind of backs away. He's left all alone, and he's dead, and that's it. And kind of reflecting on certain things that we could have done or should have done, or certain things that we did do when he was still alive.
We were all very excited. There was lots of drawings, and Gerard had done like costumes and things like that. And when we actually arrived on set, we were just absolutely blown away. We've never ever seen anything like that before. We walked onto this huge soundstage, and we walked into this soundstage, and we're on the floor of the city, and we walked on set, and we were just transported into this other world.
I want people to want to live after they hear this record. That's the main thing. I really want people to want to live. I want them to express themselves however they want, to not be ashamed of what they are, to not be afraid of what they are, to really face their fears. I think this record's really about facing fears. I want them to have fun with it too. It's a really fun record. I want them to just have a lot of fun, so that's just me. I think there's a lot of hope. The difference is, back then, a band like Joy Division was only listened to by a few people because kind of the world spirit at the time was just different. I think we live in darker times. I think kids today are under a lot more stress for different reasons. The world's a lot more violent. I think we've always known that, though.
I think we're the band that inspires people to save their own lives.
Why is that?
Because I think that there's no bullshit, you know what I mean? And I think that as a generation right now, there's a lot of stuff going on that's just so disheartening, and a lot of us are feeling disenchanted with what we have in this world, and I think that a lot of us feel the need to have a voice, and I'm kind of happy that we can be the voice for some of those kids these days.
That's always been a major thing with our shows and with this band, is that if you feel like you can't fit in anywhere else, this is a place where
everybody comes and they belong. I think it's a real incredible feat to actually be comfortable in your own skin sometimes, and especially when you really put your real self out there, and you dig real deep, and there's no mask on anymore. There's no it's hard to do that. That's really hard to do, and it takes time, I think, to be comfortable in doing that, and I think that's a real positive thing for everyone to aspire to do.
Yeah.
I realize that the messenger isn't as important as the message. It's not about us. It's really not. It's not about this band. It's about all of us together. It's about the kids that listen to the music. It's about the music. It's about the words. It's about everything behind it.
Next week, if you could do one good thing for us, for you, for somebody else, do one good thing, help out at a soup kitchen, go visit somebody in the hospital that you don't know, maybe visit a children's hospital. We'll do the same thing. One good thing! This song's for you, and it's called Cancer.
I think it's the most emotionally impactful song we've ever written. I think we had gotten to a point as songwriters where it's so terrifyingly honest and in your face that it needs to be, but it garners an immediate response from people. People can't help but listen to the song. They can't help but shut up when it's playing, and that's part of the idea. That cancer affects, 1 in every 3 people, and it's something that's affected all of us, and it's something we take very seriously, and that's kind of why the title had to be so brutally honest. I think people give hope, empowerment that I think is in there, and, so I think the song was very successful in that regard. It's the most pure form of song.
It's hard for me to even listen to it. It's just one of those songs that tugs on whatever that thing inside of you is, and you're stuck with the honesty, the horrificness of what it's saying, and I think it's something that, in a good way or a bad way, it strikes home with everyone who hears it.
Are you afraid of dying?
I think this record was about facing that fear. And I think I found that I was more afraid of living, than I think more people are more afraid of that, of actually living their life the way they want than actually dying. Thank you. Of course. Thank you. But I don't really feel that we're a part of the emo culture, and I never have, which is... And to further go with that, I think My Chemical Romance is just a rock band. I think there's a lot of garbage that gets associated with us. That's emo. We were the furthest thing from emo when we started. We couldn't even get booked on concerts because we didn't look like them, we didn't sound like them, we didn't act like them.
The idea of emo which is basically a pair of jeans and a haircut.
To be referred to as an emo band it's not necessarily insulting, as it just doesn't fit. I think we're a rock band. I think we're a rock band that sings about death and life.
Last thing I wanted to ask, I was on the phone, I think Jess from Adelaide, and I accidentally mentioned the word emo in the same sentence as My Chemical Romance. What's your stance on emos?
Yo, you know what it is though? I'm just, it's like one of those things, like it doesn't bother me anymore. Like, everybody gets bent about it, I don't care, like, call what you want, everybody's allowed their opinion. If they want to call us R&B, they could, You know what I mean? Like,
no, they couldn't.
You can call us anything. You call us Flintstone. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. I think it's rock and roll, but somebody else might think something different,